So in this lesson, we're going to be learning Für Elise by Beethoven. And Für Elise is in the key of A minor, which, if you haven't gotten to the lesson yet that talks about relative minors, I'm going to cover real quickly what it means to play in the key of A minor. So A minor is actually the relative minor to the key of C, meaning that A minor, just like C, has no sharps and no flats. So you don't have to worry about sharps or flats in just the natural scale for A minor. Now what you do have to watch out for in Für Elise are the accidentals, because we do have a few of those in this song. And what that means is that you're going to have a couple of notes that are either sharped or flatted that are not usually in that key. And in this song we have a couple of those. So let's go ahead and start with the melody line on the right hand. And I want you to use finger 4. Remember, finger 1 is the thumb, 2, 3, 4, and pinky is 5. So go ahead and put finger number 4 on E. And that's going to be the first note of our melody line. So you're going to play E and then D sharp, just a half step below the E. So it's going to go E, D sharp, E, D sharp, E. You're just toggling back and forth. And then with your thumb, you're going to play B, then go up to D, C, and then drop that thumb down to the A. So it sounds like this, that popular melody line. And that's the first part. So then for the next part, you're going to take your thumb, move it up to E, and you're going to play E, A, B, C. And then after that, it's pretty easy because you're going to repeat that first part, move finger 4 back up to E, down to A, go back and do the next thing here, C, B, and then this is where it changes up just a little bit. You're going to do E, C, B, A. So it's really just the reverse of the one you did before, which was E, A, B, C. This time you're going E, C, B, A, but you can keep your hand in the same place it was on that first time. Then you're back to here. C, E, A, B, E, A, B, C, then back here, same thing again, C, E, A, B, and then E, C, B, A. So that's the right hand melody line to the first part of the song. Now for the second half, you're going to stay right here where you were, where you ended the first part. Then you're going to move up and play B, C, D, E, and go ahead and use those fingers, finger 2 on the B. And it's really going to make it easier for you to use these fingers. So you're going to go B, C, D, E. Then you're going to jump down to G with your thumb, up to F, E, D. So you just walk down. Now, this kind of goes in a little pattern, and so I'm going to tell you how the pattern goes. I think it's going to make it easier for you to remember this. So on that part, after you walk up B, C, D, E, you jump down to G, F, E, D. So you're going that 7th interval there from G to F and then walking down. Now you're going to just move down one note. You did that at G. Now you're going to go to F, jump up a 7th, this time to E, and just walk down D, C. Then you're going to go one below F, E, do the same thing, jump up a 7th, not quite an octave, that note right before, D, C, B. And then there's a little part that you can play on that E octave. E, 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 E. There. And then you're back to that part. And then you just go through. And then to end it, you can just play that A and E together. So now let's talk about what the left hand's doing on this. And I'm going to show you a pattern that's going to work on most of the left hand parts that's going to hopefully make it easier to remember. Now, our left hand, remember we're basing this off of the chords that are found in this song. So the left hand, we're going to use a chord pattern, and the first chord is an A minor. But instead of playing A, C, E, we're going to take a different approach to this. We're not going to use that or an octave, but we're actually going to use the 1 of the chord, the 5 of the chord, which you're basically just leaving out the 3, and the octave. So we're actually taking this A minor chord and we're playing A, E, A, and we're gonna roll it just like that. So go ahead and try that. Put your pinky on A, pointer finger on E, thumb on A. Now, if you can't reach this, you can always just roll it along like this and lift your hand as you go, and that'll help you to get to it. Because remember, with a song like this, you're definitely going to want to use your pedal. And when you're playing one chord rolling pattern with your melody line, keep it pressed down. And then when you go to the next melody line part with the right hand, lift and then press again. So here's what your left hand is doing during that first half. You're going A, E, A. And here's the one exception. Instead of doing a 1-5-1 pattern, you're going to go to an E major chord, which is E, G sharp, B. And you're just going to keep the chord as is and roll E, G sharp, B. And then go back down to A, E, A. And that's actually the entire first portion. You go A, E, A, E, G sharp, B, back to A, E, A, and then it just repeats. So this is how it sounds when you put both hands together. Now the only tricky thing here, each individual part is pretty simple, but when you put them together, the timing can be a little tricky. So we're going to slow it way down so you can see how this comes together. Your right hand is going to start on its own. Now when you get to this A, that's where your left hand comes in. So you play both A's together, and then you roll your left hand all the way up. Then your right hand plays the next part. When you get to the last note of the melody line here, that's where your left hand comes in again. And remember, this time you're going E, G sharp, B. So when you play this B, the E comes in. Then E, A, B. When you get to C, remember you're back to that A minor 1-5-1 pattern. So you play the C and the A together. And then you're gonna repeat. And you can just keep your left hand right there. And remember, when you get to the B, your left hand comes in. C, B, and when you get to the A, you're back to that left hand pattern. So remember, you're gonna play your melody line. When you get to the last note there, that's where your left hand comes in. Same thing here. Last note comes in. And that actually gives you some time to move your left hand in position, and you're just going from that 1-5-1 to the E major, back to the 1-5-1 of the A minor. Now for the next part of the song, when you get to that B, C, D, E, the only thing that's changing are the left hand chords, and we're going to stick to that 1-5-1 pattern. And you're going to go to a C chord, so your pinky is going to be on C, pointer finger on G, because remember, here's our C chord, so we're taking out the middle note, moving finger 2 there, and finger 1 to the octave. And just like the other part, when you get to that last note of your melody line, that's where your left hand comes in. Roll it up, and then G, F, E. Now you're going to go to a G in the left hand. So G, D, G. And roll there. And then F, E, D. And you're going to go to A minor. Then E, D, C. And then here, you're just going to go to an E and a B. And then you can go to the octave, back and forth, and then up an octave higher. So you start here, B, E, E, back down, E, E, up to this E, and up to here. So when you speed it up a little bit, it's... And then you go back to the first part of the song. Then hit that lower E there, back up to the top. And then to end it, on the right hand where you're playing the A and E, you're just going to take that pattern that you've been rolling on the left hand and just play it all together and hold your pedal. So once you get each individual part, right hand down, left hand down, put them together very slowly, and just remember that melody line, the last note of each part is where your left hand starts. Then you let your left hand roll, go back to the right hand. And remember that E major there is the only part that's breaking that 1-5-1 pattern in the entire song. All of your other chords are the 1-5-1. The E is the 1-3-5. And once you get those together, start slowly, speed it up, and that's all there is to it.